Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back. And before I start getting into the whole content today, I just wanted to say thank you to all those who are out there who subbed and left comments on the last video. It really is amazing to see how many people are enjoying the content I'm making. And I hope you stick around and enjoy the rest. Now let's ask the question, what if the Brotherhood of Steel won in Fallout 4? With the destruction of the Institute, the Brotherhood of Steel takes one more step towards total control over the Commonwealth. The Brotherhood controls the Boston Police Station, the Sentinel site. They have their main outpost where they have the Pridwin stationed above at the airport. They also control the Sentinel site and Fort Strong. And they've decided to set up outposts all throughout the Commonwealth at the old military checkpoints. The railroad leadership are all dead, and the remaining survivors are all forced into hiding throughout the Commonwealth. Now, the Minutemen are doing fairly well. They are semi put back together with a handful of settlements throughout the Commonwealth, but significantly lacking equipment and good communication, with them not having control over the castle. One of the first moves the Brotherhood makes is to take control over the Minutemen via the Sole Survivor. They then begin setting up patrols to guard the Commonwealth and secure key areas like the old checkpoints. They then begin requiring all local settlements to pay taxes, as well as creating a special law that prevents advanced military and general tech from being sold in most general marketplaces. Most general vendors in Diamond City, where the law is first put into place, are left generally unaffected. However, Arturo's store is crippled, with the Brotherhood of Steel seizing all of his power armor frames that he occasionally would sell, as well as all of his specialized energy weapons and some of the more advanced ballistic weapons, as well as the Big Boy, which is seized and given to the sole survivor as a thank you for helping them destroy the Institute. The rest of Diamond City was concerned, but the real struggles were just beginning. Bunker Hill had to do the same thing, with all their advanced tech being handed over to the local Brotherhood of Steel garrison. There was, however, one major settlement that got hit significantly worse than any other, and that was Goodneighbor, where most of the ghouls were killed. Cleo was taken, as well as all of their advanced technology from the memory den and all of their good equipment. They then claimed that they were all communist anarchists. This had little effect for your average settler. The bog was unfortunately the next settlement that they had set their eyes on. They moved in there, slaughtered all of the ghouls, and set up what they called the appropriate settlers. The people viewed the Minutemen as still a distinct force from the Brotherhood of Steel, meaning that most people would still be willing to work with and join the Minutemen. However, the Brotherhood of Steel to them were still viewed as an occupying force, and this was not changing anytime soon. The Brotherhood of Steel, seeing the opportunity that the Minuteman provided, ordered the sole survivor to rebuild the Minuteman to provide a cheap protection for all settlements for the Brotherhood of Steel. The first major goal was to retake the castle. The Brotherhood of Steel assisted by providing vertibirds and a handful of troops. The castle was quickly retaken by the Brotherhood of Steel Minuteman coalition. With full control over the top section of the castle, they moved into the basement where they quickly killed Sarge, smashed through the gates with the help of a handful of Brotherhood of Steel knights, and then made their way into the armory, where the Brotherhood of Steel forces took the artillery schematics into custody. Over the months, the Minutemen expanded and built up the castle as well as their settlements all throughout Boston. It is at this time where the Elder learns of a synth refuge up at Far Harbor. The Elder sends a small strike team, mostly consisting of knights, with the sole survivor with orders to strike and take out the settlement. After a lengthy vertibird ride, they make it to Arcadia, and without warning, they opened fire, killing all of the synths and taking control over the building with minimal losses. After taking control of Acadia, the sole survivor then shifts his attention to the Children of Atom in the sub base nearby. The sole survivor, believing the Brotherhood of Steel is the only faction that should be holding nukes, orders a strike on this base. It starts out as a slaughter, with the Brotherhood forces coming through one entrance. They lose over half of their forces in the initial fight. The firefight becomes a more even battle when the Brotherhood of Steel forces break through the entrance into the base proper. After the fighting, the Children of Atom begin retreating and hold up in the sub. The sole survivor, not wanting the troops to go through another slaughter, sends for reinforcements. Initially, Elder Maxim was happy to secure another pre-war base with dangerous military tech. But after he learned of the heavy losses, he became increasingly angry with the sole survivor for not requesting new orders. This angered the sole survivor, believing they should have had more forces just in case of a situation just like this. The Elder ordered a few paladins, including one-star paladin, to go help the sole survivor to take the sub-base. The star paladin quickly saw the potential for a lengthy siege and wanted to avoid it, so he tried to have the sub locked down to quickly cut them off, locking all of the entrances, believing this watertight sub would suffocate the cultists inside. The plan failed, and the sole survivor eventually ordered an attack. This attack with the veteran paladins resulted in a much smoother battle with only a few knights and a single paladin lost. The Elder, okay with this outcome, ordered them to lock down the bunker to keep outsiders from getting in. With the intense hatred of synths, when the sole survivor was away, someone in Diamond City murdered Nick as he was walking home from the general market. With Far Harbor mostly dealt with, Maxon ordered the sole survivor to return to keep building up the Minutemen. The first major threat the Minutemen faced was their old nemesis, the Gunners. They started off by taking out small outposts and patrols, one by one. But with the Brotherhood of Steel cracking down on advanced military tech, they struggled to have good equipment. With most of the Minutemen equipped with sturdy leather armor and hunting rifles, the sole survivor started Operation Industrial Revolution 2.0. During this operation, the sole survivor worked together with the Brotherhood of Steel to set up some minor manufacturing abilities for combat armor and combat rifles, along with the ability to produce the ammo that the rifles needed. However, the more advanced manufacturing stayed in the capital. The operation was a major success, resulting in high quality gear for the increasing numbers of Minutemen. They slowly whittled down the gunner forces until they had two locations and they were quickly cut off from one another: Vault 95 and the Gunner Plaza. The sole survivor chose to attack Vault 95 first. The gunners shut the vault door to keep them out. This would fail when the sole survivor overrid the controls and opened the door. An intense firefight broke out, leaving several Minutemen dead and gunners dead as well, and forcing the gunners to retreat into the lower levels. The sole survivor gives the gunners trapped a choice: surrender or slowly starve to death. The trapped gunners initially refused, forcing the Minutemen and Brotherhood of Steel to leave a small force to lay siege, while the rest kept fighting small groups of gunners' resistance. After 5 weeks with no resupply, they surrendered, giving the sole survivor a handful of assaultrons to add to their forces. After the surrender of Vault 95, Gunner Plaza was surrounded, and the Brotherhood of Steel used their artillery to repeatedly hit the plaza. After the bombardment, the Minuteman Brotherhood of Steel forces quickly took the plaza and killed all the remaining leaders of the Gunners, ending the faction, for now at least. With the last major hostile faction taken care of, the Minuteman focused on killing the remaining super mutants, and within 4 months, all of the remaining super mutants, including Strong, was dead. Afterwards, they quickly focused on the Raiders and took them down in only a few weeks. With the Commonwealth dealt with, the sole survivor ventures to Nuke World and finds raiders and quickly becomes the overboss, and then they take control of the rest of the park. With little to do, the Brotherhood of Steel starts sending scouting operations around the surrounding areas and quickly find the sole survivor going to Nuke World. They send a small recon team to follow them and find that the raiders at Nuke World are under the sole survivor's control. This alarms them and they quickly send word back to Elder Maxon. Preston, however, also sent a small Minuteman scouting team to Nuka World after some settlers asked for help dealing with the Nuka World raiders. As the sole survivor makes their way back to the Commonwealth, they are met by Preston and the recon team at the Nuka Transit Center. Preston begs the sole survivor to wipe out the raiders for the slaves. The sole survivor tells Preston that they will think about it. Not long after they return, they get orders from Maxon to come to the Pridwin and rendezvous with a strike team ordered to go kill the Nuka World Raiders. And this is where our story will come to a pause. What will the sole survivor do? Will they choose to wipe out the Raiders for the Brotherhood of Steel, cementing their role in the Brotherhood? Will they choose to side with the Raiders and take out the Brotherhood of Steel and the Minuteman and rule the Commonwealth as a Nuka World Raider? Or will they just hang out with the Minuteman and Preston Gravy and, play video games? Who knows? But for now, we will be pausing the story. Thanks again to all of you out there who subscribed and left comments and likes on the last video. It means the world to me that you guys enjoy the content. I hope you stick around and enjoy more. Thank you guys a lot. And I would like to be uploading once every 2 weeks, but it will depend on my schedule with work and everything. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and hope you come in for the next time. Take care.